Wrestling VHS.
VHS tapes with
Cassette
professional
tapes.
wrestling on them. Yeah, like the kind you put in your VCR.
Yeah.
Doesn't everybody still have a VCR?
You think they're it's a big deal?
That's a big deal pickle. Kosher pickle.
Well, like I was saying before, it was all you could eat ribs, and but I thought the ribs was going to be the deal that bothered me. I thought the ribs was going to be the problem, but it turns out it was unlimited sides as well, and the waiter, they had collard greens. And the waiter ended up having to bring me like an entire like unopened pack of wet naps because my pants had a problem about it.
Yeah.
Hey everybody, welcome to Grown Man Record Night. We appreciate the shit hell damn out of you for joining us on a Friday night. We're back on the regular program night tonight, having a good time. Old Steve Fever is up doing a big show.
A jig tonight.
He's got a big gig tonight, not with Leadneck,
No.
which you might know him for playing in, but in the Vagabond Saint Society. It's a local group of collaboration of musicians that get together to do different things at different times. Steve's doing this Queen tribute. He talked about it a couple weeks ago. The first night at this new club, the only rock club in the Winston-Salem area, really, that I can think of worth a shit.
This is the one that's going to be like a locally focused club, right?
That's what I'm understanding.
Kind of organic.
It's supposed to be.
Yeah.
One of them things.
I know.
So we'll see how that works out, and I hope Steve's up there having a big old time.
Stone Cold Steve.
Stone Cold Steve up there.
I wonder if they're going to sing Stone Cold.
Was that a Queen song?
Stone Cold Crazy.
We got a little Best of Starcade going on with VHS over here, and
this is the Greensboro Coliseum here.
yeah, Harley Race and Ric Flair.
Is that who it is?
That's when VHS will sing to you, Jay. It'll sing to you about it.
That's right.
But you know what? Something I was thinking about this week.
Yes.
And I'll pass this off on to you in a second. It's crazy.
It is. It is crazy.
Let me tell you something. I'm an older gentleman. In my early 40s, okay? And I think for the most part, the majority of 20-year-old people I run into, probably not worth a shit. I ain't got time for it.
I agree.
Now, granted, that is the grumpy old curmudgeon man saying that. It's not necessarily facts, but that's how I treat the situation.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
I imagine most older shitheads are probably the same way.
Yeah.
But where does that not apply? It doesn't apply in athletics, because you still like, oh man, when whatever current athlete is the shit, that's your guy. And he could be like 24 years old.
Right.
And you're apeshit about him.
Right.
But the other place where that really applies, music. We not only spend our life pining after musicians that are in their 20s, but ones that were in their 20s in the 60s and 70s and 90s and whatever. Jimi Hendrix and Janis Joplin and Kurt Cobain, and these were people that were in their 20s when they hit their prime and or past, and even other bands, not just people that have died, but these are people that I really revere what they did and the music they provided, and it was like a big deal. Any other 20-something-year-old, I could give two shits about what they say.
Right.
For some reason, music, when you're in your 20s, it's especially when like things tend to hit their stride and you're doing your thing, it's like the only time I give a shit what a 20-something-year-old does or says about anything in the entire freaking world. And I was like, that really blew my mind. Like, literally, if you're a politician, if you're something and you're in your 20s, I mean, you don't know shit. You ain't been around here, nothing. But if you write this song that for some reason really is like, all of a sudden you're Jesus Christ to me.
Yeah.
Something that just struck me. I don't know, man. I felt like I had to bring it up because it's been rattling around my brain this week.
That's pretty deep.
It's deep, brother. You know, we're here doing deep shit.
When do you have time to think about that?
Well,
That's crazy, man. That's crazy.
We got old Nate Bouchard joining us here. Jumping on in on the chat burger. We got the chat thing rolling down there.
Weird stuff during the day.
Weird science. We got a dead ball. Personal foul.
Ed Hockley retired this week.
No, he didn't. Did he really?
Yeah.
The cut referee.
Yeah, he retired this week. So. Yeah.
That's pretty crazy.
It's unfortunate.
Jay. Yeah.
Oh, by the way.
Yeah, tell me about it, Jay.
We were talking earlier. Beavis and Butthead turned 25 this week.
Yeah, the series turned 25, and more importantly, our good buddy Sweet Tea that helps us with the chip sheet. If you guys ever want a copy of the chip sheet to know all the chips, and we're over like 600 chips that we've done.
It's crazy.
Trisha does a spreadsheet that tells us what episode, what chip, what flavor, and our comments and shit about it, which is pretty incredible.
All right.
Because I don't remember that the next day, let alone on some spreadsheet. But anyway, what was I talking about? What were you talking about?
What was I talking about? I don't remember. What were we talking about?
Something she said about it.
Beavis and Butthead.
Beavis and Butthead. God damn it, thank you for remembering that, because we would have looked like a couple of real morons right now. Not only the series is 25, but Trisha was telling me in the hallway yesterday that the characters, Beavis and Butthead, would have been like 40-something years old.
That's crazy.
Which means they're right around my age.
Yeah.
I just turned 40 last year. So that meant they would have been right around my age.
Yep.
Our age.
Yep.
That's nuts.
I guess Stuart was a little younger.
Imagine a 40-year-old Beavis and Butthead. Wait. Imagine a 40-year-old Beavis and Butthead show.
You're looking at it.
You're fucking looking at it. I mean, hello, come on.
Oh Lord.
Breaker 19. I almost said that without even being coy about it. In the middle of the sentence, I'm like,
Breaker 19.
right here. This is it.
Oh yeah.
I didn't even realize I was doing that, but
it's funny.
Yeah, it's pretty
funny
crazy
how that stuff works out.
Hey, you know, this week, big news in the record industry for people that are like this. The Record Store Day list came out, and I went through pretty much the entire list. I'm not going to say I wouldn't be jazzed about any of the things on the list, because like always, I'm not surprised about anything really. There's some cool Bowie rare shit on there. There's some Sun Ra stuff on there, like there always is. There's always Sun Ra stuff, and none of the places around here get them. And a bunch of bands, I really don't know who the hell they are. I mean, and some weird offshoot collector-y versions of stuff. It's really not my bag. It's no surprise. We've said this for, well, we've been doing this 4 or 5 years now. We're not a Record Store Day type spot. Well, Steve takes part. Steve's got some. Yeah, he does. Steve does the Record Store Day thing, and he's been out there.
Oh well, yeah. He's not a get up early and stand in line. He's a hit them before they close guy, right?
You know, he is, but I think he has stood in line a little bit. Maybe last year.
I went to one.
You did you?
Yeah, when
but
I
it was more about the deals that the store had going on more than what was actually you were after, right? Because they were doing 4 for $1.
Yes,
I remember.
I saw it, and I bought like $40 worth of records, like good records. I mean, this is back when the store was in their prime, different ownership. You know the store, and so they had like reasonable stuff in their dollar bin. Like you can get good records
that played and was fine. You know. Wasn't pristine copy.
I picked up a copy of Kiss Alive that was playable for $1.
I remember you got Wish You Were Here for like a quarter,
and it's perfect. Like not, I mean,
it plays fine.
Great.
Plays as good as mine that I paid. Yeah, well, I didn't pay a lot more for it either, but same thing.
Yeah, so I got like $40 worth of like good quality records, and that was it. But that was on Record Store Day. That's what we were talking about.
Yeah.
And I was there pretty early. You know, they opened at like I think he opened at 8 or 9, and I was there at like 9:30 or 10 or something like that.
It's just not nothing ever really.
But it was like, you know, people like the Goodwill outlets where people just going through.
Or record shows where you're, you know.
Thing, yeah.
Speaking of Sweet Tea, she was asking me about there's an upcoming record show in Clemens.
Yep.
And she
2 weeks. I think.
She was asking me what that's like, and I was like, well, it can be intense at times. It's kind of assholes to the elbows, digging through, but everybody's cool. And if we're digging and we're coming together, and you'll be like, all right, let's switch.
Yeah.
You know, you go, you know, that kind of move.
Yeah.
But it's not like aggressive or anything. It's just a lot of people, and if you're not used to that closed, compact type situation.
Right.
I enjoy, you know, that's a little much for me at times, but I also enjoy bumping into people that are also collectors, and so you end up maybe backing off the stack for a couple of minutes and having a decent conversation about something.
Yeah.
Which is cool. That's always a positive situation. So, yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, if there's something I'm really after, I like going to those shows, but, you know, they're kind of a pain to get in and out of.
I'm just lazy. I'll be honest with you, man. I'm the laziest mofo going around nowadays.
I don't do much. I say I'm going to do things that I never do them.
That's my deal. I love to talk about, like, oh, like the Melvins are coming to town. Hey, look, man, I'm renting a limo, and I'm going to buy everybody that goes with us some flowers, and we're going to get like an unlimited seafood buffet. I got money. We'll unlimited seafood buffet, and we're going to go down there, and it's like the day before. I'll be like, I don't know, man. There's like...
I think I'm just going to hang out tonight.
Antenna TV's doing a Sanford and Son marathon.
That's right.
I don't know. At the moment, that sounds like a better deal going right now.
Man, that's a perfect night right there.
Yes, I know. When I said that, I was kind of like, whoa, that'd be cool. Actually, there's a story when we played the Lincoln Theater in Raleigh, 5Ls. The green room we were in, they had a window unit air conditioner, so it was like nice and cold in there. They had a TV up in the corner. And TV Land had a Sanford and Son marathon, and they had to come snatch me out of there like I'd owed money, because I was like, I don't want to leave.
The pool episode was on, wasn't it? The pool table?
That's
your favorite episode,
yeah, that's my
right?
favorite.
Yeah.
The pool table episode of Sanford and Son is my favorite episode.
Yeah.
And right now, the theme song is my ringtone.
No.
It really is.
You know, Bubba's a terrible actor.
Get out of here now. He's buried up in Virginia. I thought about taking a little trip up there. You want to go see Bubba's grave?
Where?
It's a couple,
Southern Virginia?
2.5, 3 hours away.
Oh, that's probably Central Virginia.
So what? It's not worth going and seeing Bubba?
Bubba Bexley's grave?
Bubba Bexley's grave? To me, that seems like a pretty good...
Golly.
How
often do you think people get together, like...
And talk about Sanford and Son? Like,
somebody out in Idaho, like, hey, let's get in the car. We're going to go see Bubba Bexley's grave. Who does that?
I don't know. Maybe
Who
people.
drives 2.5 hours to go see?
Maybe people.
Oh, Lord.
Hey, you remember a couple of years ago, Wu-Tang Clan did this album that...
no, I don't remember that.
And this one idiot bought the album for his only copy.
Oh, yeah.
It was like $1 bazillion, and he also got in trouble for a bunch of shit.
Yeah.
So apparently, he owns that one album, very expensive. He bought it for, reportedly sold it at auction for $2 million. And Martin Scarelli's his name. So he ended up going to jail. He's in jail now. He's also in jeopardy of. Now he's in jeopardy of losing the whole record. I thought the article was saying he was in jeopardy, like he was an actual contestant.
He's on the show?
No, he wasn't.
Oh.
He's gonna have to forfeit the money he made from fraud. He's in jail for fraud, coming to more than $7.36 million. If he can't pay the sum, he'll need to make up the deficit by handing over to authorities a few high-profile items in his possession, including that 31-track Wu-Tang album, which is pretty crazy.
Oh, so he's going to lose it. It's going to go back to auction.
He's going to lose it, and I've heard now. I've heard this is in this article here. Bloomberg cited from several people involved with the group who claimed the mysterious album wasn't actually genuine Wu-Tang, a genuine Wu-Tang project from the start, and that I've also heard that if this goes down. If this is some shit that really happens, that Wu-Tang is going to release this album as it is so everybody can have it. It's very weird. I mean, it's just so douchey. This guy had it from the get-go. When you see it, it's like, oh, I bought this Wu-Tang album, and you see this cat, and it's kind of like, okay, what do you? I don't know. It was just weird. I didn't care for it. So anyhow, the guy's going to lose it anyway.
Yeah, sounds like it.
You ever heard of Teenage
Mutant Ninja Turtle.
Teenage Engineering? They do these little modular. It's a Swedish company, I think, that does these like these modular synths. The new Roger Coleman. You know that stuff Roger Coleman does? The synth music that he puts out. He has these little Teenage Engineering things. And anyhow, this Teenage Engineering company that does these little modular synths has teamed up with IKEA, of all places, and they're going to put out a turntable. Now, apparently, IKEA has really caught on to the whole idea of. Hang on, I got to cut this guy off. See this thing down, this little keyboard-looking sequencer down here on the bottom.
Yeah.
That's what they.
That's
their main product. I've seen people using that. They're relatively cheap, and they're really cool products.
Okay.
Frekvens is Swedish for frequency. Available 2019, so we're talking a full year here. 22 items including electronic choir, vinyl player, party lighting, and everything else you need in order to throw a really good music party, says the company. That's a quote. And IKEA says, IKEA is already a great party place. We're going to go into things we don't have in the range to throw to that part. What? We're going to go into things we don't have in that range to throw the party, and maybe go into music too, says the company. That was worded really weird.
That is really weird.
So apparently IKEA's going into the game of
musical.
Well, musical and making sure that your pad is the spot where mugs want to come over and listen to records.
And have a party.
Yeah, and have a party, because you not only have a record player, you've got like cool lighting and cool speakers, and the stuff matches your drapes and whatever. And they're going to make a point to be those people. I mean, kudos to them for doing that. I don't know if they're going to make a quality product or not. The Teenage Engineering, I've got good confidence in that. I think that'll be a quality relationship there. But, hell, I don't know. Hell.
It's crazy, man.
It's crazy, Billy. You're crazy, Perry. You're crazy.
I don't know.
I ain't pulled no BB gun on no girl. I ain't pulled no BB gun on no girl.
All right.
Jay, I didn't pull a BB gun on a girl. The state tried to tell me things. Let me tell you something. When it comes to the state, wow, all my stuff is deleted. Oh, that's just incredible. Oh, the guy from Tower Records died. I didn't have it written down. What's his name?
I don't know. I didn't want to.
The founder, inventor.
While watching the Oscars.
For real?
He was there sitting next to his wife and asked his wife to get up and get him a whiskey drink. And she came back in and he was dead.
Speaking of what, let's do a whiskey drink then.
You do one.
We should drink some too.
I don't know.
Jay doesn't drink. Jay's going to go to heaven. He's going to send me a postcard when he's there.
I'm alcohol free.
More about that later.
I signed the prom promise.
I'm actually drinking some Evan. He signed the prom promise?
Yes.
Is that what's going on? I got a little Evan Williams 1783 going on tonight.
Okay.
A little brown liquor night.
I can't remember the last time you drank.
I'm not a big brown liquor guy here nowadays, but we're going to do it this evening. Because you said, what's his face? Well, you know his name? The Tower Records guy? John Tower. President record of John Tower. All right, everybody calm down.
Seriously though, he died. It was a bloody match, yeah.
Okay.
Old school wrestling VHS.
Yeah, man, can't go wrong with it. So that's all I had. Let's talk about what we played, Jay.
Sure, let's do it.
I took longer in the baloney part of the show than I meant to. We appreciate you joining us here on the YouTube stream that we do, and we're still figuring it out.
YouTube's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. We're working it out. I've imported some graphics in here. I've even got like a cutaway, like weirdo cam.
Yeah.
And so we're getting into it. We're figuring it out.
Yeah.
Slowly but surely. I'm always like, oh, I'm going to build all these graphics and I'm going to do all this stuff. And then the next show comes around and I'm like, why didn't I do this during the week? And I was like, oh, I was tired and just want to sit down. That's why.
It's some of those things you talk about doing, but you sit around and doing it.
That's exactly what. And, I built some of these, the lower third just in this evening. I just built this just an hour ago before an hour before the show started because I was just like, oh, shit, well, we should have some lower thirds in it. Anyway.
Is that what they call it in the industry, lower thirds?
Yeah, that's an industry term.
Tech talk. You're talking shop.
Berber. It's an industry term. Name that show. Anybody? Leave a comment. Leave a comment. Leave a comment down here. You ever see where my stomach ends and my dork stops?
Your dork stops.
Right down here. Leave a comment down here. So anyhow, I was trying to get things going tonight, and I want to make sure that the levels are right, and da-da-da, and I was like, oh, I got to grab a record. I grabbed a record down in a lower baloney stack that we had.
You went old baloney.
I don't know where this is from. It could be a Cameron record. 12 other instrumental hits, Build Justice, which has got Shangri-La, Charade, More, Honky Tonk, Washington Square, Cotton Candy. It's on Smash Records, I imagine early 60s. But I don't know. It was something I just kind of grabbed and set levels and just get silly with it. And speaking of getting silly with it,
jiggy with it, what you're doing.
Still learning which sides of this record to play for actual, human consumption. The first Boris album, Absolute Go, which is in a lot of ways a drone album. This is a reissue from I think Rod Neasy did this. Not Rod Neasy, but Southern Lord. Is that right?
Okay.
Yeah, Southern Lord did this reissue. I can't remember when they put it out. But lots of this record is a drone noise record. So it's weird. Have I told the free jazz story on the show yet?
No.
About driving to work?
I don't think so.
Let me tell you guys something. If I've not said this, I apologize if I repeat stories, but I have tremendous memory loss from a time my uncle wrapped an electrical cord around my throat. And so now I can't remember things that are longer than 15, 20 minutes. So anyhow, Monday morning.
Prison,
Monday morning, right?
Yeah.
You wake up all hungover from watching wrestling the night before and eating wings and stuff. It's Monday morning. Barely got it together. I mean, you just borderline got it together. I'm listening to our local drive time guys, two guys named Chris, right? Yeah. Driving into work. It's normal, like Monday morning that kind of ramps you up for the day. It's perfect.
Sure.
They go to commercial. Well, let me tell you, I don't do radio commercials.
Sure.
They go to commercial.
Some of them are entertaining.
True, but I go to local college radio, and it's a community radio station, so anybody can go get a show. So a cat will have a show about old soul records for 2 hours, and there'll be like the hip hop guy for 2 hours, and then the classic rock guy, whatever. A lot of good stuff, heavy metal, whatever. And but somehow this guy has this show at like Monday morning, 9:30 to 10:30 ish area. Free jazz and avant-garde. Let me tell you what. I switch over to that shit, and I'm going down the highway, and I click it over, and it's like, and then just noise, and I just the highway starts doing this number, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm gonna die.
Are you like half asleep?
It's just, whoa! It's so much. I started laughing.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, this is freaking surreal. And the fact that this is happening to me right now is so comical that now I turn it over on purpose every Monday morning.
So you can hear that.
So I can hear it. And it's like, imagine like Ornette Coleman, John Cage, any free jazz, but also like experimental, noisy stuff. And it's so funny how it's so absurd to do. It's like waking up in the middle of the night and be like, oh, I can't sleep. I'm going to put on this Deicide record. And play it loud in the house.
Right.
It feels like that, where it's so absurd and funny to me. Anyway, Jay put on this horrific record. Some decent guitar stuff on here, but
Well,
Jay, what the fuck is going on with this record?
Really, this one I got a couple months ago. It's the Anomaly Deluxe Edition picture
disc, yeah.
Very good sound.
It had its moments here and
No,
there.
I put the wrong disc on. I put the outtakes, the stuff that got scrapped from the record.
Dude, some of the singing on that was atrocious.
So sorry about that.
No, but I've grown to love Kiss for sure.
Yeah.
I never grew up liking Kiss at all, and it's just in the last few years of collecting records
John Coltrane.
that I've really appreciated Kiss.
Y'all got any Kiss?
That's one that's
Is
tough.
that what you would have said?
That's tough. That one's tough.
Is that what you would have said at the road?
Y'all got any Kiss? With my face painted. my shirt, my tight T-shirt tucked into my fat boy shorts. They had the little keychain clip on it. We called them key britches back then.
Lord.
Y'all got any Kiss?
That's funny.
My uncle says my dork tastes like butterscotch. What y'all know about the Dave Pike set? Nothing? Then you should educate yourself, because Infrared is one of the greatest records we have ever played on Grown Man Record Night. I got it early when I bought this record for real.
Butters.
I mean, you don't like a nice, what's that? You like a Brock's butterscotch right across you, from your lip to your nose, right up that area. This record is so good. And I had it when my collection was so small, and it has remained. This one and that Les McCann Live at Montreux.
Yeah.
Two of the ones that have just like, two of my favorites and two of my ones from my early days of doing this shit. And it's just such a killer record, man.
Killer, man.
And I've got some other Pike that's, I mean, I don't want to say it's bad. It's worse than that one. So
1972. The Dave Pike set.
we got our buddy Bill's Box of Sound on here.
Awesome, man. Awesome.
He's the man.
Where's he out of?
Where are you out of, Bill? I forgot about it. I have a substance abuse problem. It's all here in this pamphlet.
Did you call it a pamphlet?
Pamphlet. Pamphlet. I didn't say pamphlet. Pamphlet.
Pamphlet. It's pamphlet, right?
You say. Cleveland. Oh, he's a Cleveland guy.
Hey, Cleveland had a big day. The Browns today. They picked up a couple top-notch players.
Here we go. I've always pulled for the Browns, man. They've always been like a secondary team for me.
You a Brown man?
I'm a Brown man. I like how their logo is like nothing. We ain't got a logo. We got the colors brown and orange, and sometimes people wear dog mask and fuck you.
Yeah, they're Cleveland.
I love that. That's just dirty. Some of us don't shower. We like meat and cheese, and we like brown and orange. It's that kind of vibe. I get that vibe from Browns fans.
Indians are pretty cool too.
Meat, cheese, brown, orange, beer, sports.
Yeah.
I like that.
And
you know.
And the Indians.
And the Indians.
Cool.
Sorry about the Indians, because I'm a Cubs guy.
Oh yeah.
So we had to,
That could be your AL squad.
It could be my AL squad. Now it could be. At the time, I was never anti.
Major League always kind of made me want to pull for the Indians.
Yeah, I always liked when Chris Berman called him Albert Joey Taco Bell. Remember Albert Bell?
Yeah.
Yeah, he called him Taco Bell. That was back during the 59, 79, 99. A upheaval in the fast food business when, really before dollar menus, Taco Bell came out with the 59, 79, 99. So tacos were 59 cents. 79 cents were like Cholitos.
Oh, Cholito.
And then the 99 would be like a Supreme or a something,
A gordita.
59, 79, 9. Pre-gordita. Don't bring that shit up. That's way before that. God damn it, Jay.
Sorry.
Heard this, actually, it's funny, when I did my digging for the week. I was in Hippo Records in Greensboro. And Patrick put on this, the best of Buffalo Springfield, which in my opinion is the Buffalo Springfield.
That's one you gotta have, yeah.
That's the one you gotta have. And it says reissue right here, cleaners and damn whistle for like $4.
Yeah.
I forget that Mr. Soul, that Neil Young shit on there.
Yeah, you like that.
I know it from the Neil Young Unplugged because that's the first time I really heard it when I was in high school. But that version is so jamming and so psyche and rocky. God almighty. It makes the album.
Yeah, that album definitely got its psyche points.
I remember putting this on at a certain time and being like, oh man, it's psyche, but it's like wussy psyche, and I don't want to hear that right now. Now I'll put it on and I'm like, what the hell is wrong with you? That's a great record.
Very Woodstocky sound.
Yeah, but it's a great record. And I was even in the mood.
Sure it is, yeah.
I was even in the mood for some like upbeat and like I'm looking for heavy. I'm looking for, and I put that one on because I just kind of that one song really.
Right.
And I realized after I put it on, like, man, this is way jammier than I remember, and I should have been listening to that all along.
It should have been probably.
Sonic Youth: The Eternal, early Christmas present from the girlfriend when I got into collecting.
This year?
No, 2009.
I was gonna say she just gave it to you for
No.
2018 Christmas, early Christmas.
Now,
present?
look at these. We played side A of this. It's on Matador Records. Some of the greatest art that I own for vinyl records. Open that gatefold, Jay, if you wouldn't mind. It's got some terrific drawings in there. Look at that. That's cool, man. Or not cool, whatever it says.
Yeah. However you want to interpret it. That was like crazy.
There we go. Taste that guy.
No,
Come on now. Come on now. It's a little something in between. A little something. Come on
Just
now.
the one you got from the sheep
Yeah,
store.
it's a free one. Not a vapor, but I'm a vapor. Just hit it. You just got to hit it.
Oh,
No, just hit it like a...
yeah.
All right. Soft Machine. Boy, how long has it been since I played some Soft Machine?
Is that coffee?
Doesn't it taste like it? I think they tout it as a regular tobacco. But it's got this in between coffee and chocolate.
It's good. That's actually pretty good.
Hit it again, Jay. Take a hard one of it. Make it horky. Hork it on there. Soft Machine. This is the 6th album, the Soft Machine 6. This is terrific. You know, you guys know Soft Machine. Davida. I've got 6 and I've got 7. I don't have. That's the only Soft Machine I've got.
Okay. What year is that?
I wish that.
1973.
73. What label's that?
CBS, I believe.
CBS? Yeah,
I
remember it was something
believe.
kind of hearty.
Yep. CBS. I don't like CBS record. No, RCA's the one I like.
ABC's the one that weirds me out.
What's the
You don't like
Flex?
That's RCA.
Yeah, I don't like RCA.
Like Nielsen Schmilson? You don't like Nielsen Schmilson on the Dynaflex?
I don't have it.
What?
No.
I may have a double.
I don't think you do. I think we've talked about it.
I gave it to a cameraman. He's got brain cancer.
Oh, yeah.
So,
But I mean,
you feel bad about wanting it now?
No, I didn't want it
No.
before.
If you want to take it from a brain cancer
are-
guy, that's all right.
No,
It's
one of those
only
things
just
I'll
logged
gladly buy
live.
when I see it out for a reason.
It's only just logged live and on TV that bring lower third
Let's,
again.
Yeah. Everybody.
You like sleep, Jay?
I like to sleep.
Yeah, dude, sleep is just like the dude. I played side 3 of Dope Smoker, so it's like the end of Dope Smoker.
Yeah.
On the Dope Smoker, Belby. The first 3 sides are Dope Smoker, and then the 4th side is live tracks and some shit.
Yep.
So I played the last one because, I mean, maybe we hadn't played this on the show.
Maybe we have.
Maybe we have. Maybe your uncle came over and told us some things about you. I don't know.
No, like, was side D
D.
special limited to just like this type of pressing?
I don't know.
Because I thought like just the song, the
Now
hour
the-
song was like the record.
Yeah, but you can't put an hour on a side. Think about that. You can't put
Yeah, you put
30 on a side.
4 minutes or something maybe.
So they needed to do, you know what I mean? They had to
Okay.
balance that out.
Yeah.
Now, I do know that originally this was called Jerusalem in the 90s, and I don't know about the
Okay,
Jerusalem
I think when
pressing.
I've seen this like on iTunes or something like that,
Right.
it's listed as just that one track,
Sure, it's like 52, 53 minutes.
103. So that stuff's
Oh.
not available. Like I think that's like bonus material, maybe for vinyl only or something like that.
Okay.
I could be wrong. I mean, I'm just kind of.
There's a possibility you're wrong.
Oh, of course, always.
What you know about the George Benson cookbook?
I
Dude,
know, I know some good picking.
George Benson is the quintessential dollar record guy. He's one of those guys like Herbie Mann, Ramsey Lewis.
I don't see as much George Benson.
As much. When I first started collecting, George Benson everywhere. But it's those much later,
Some cool covers. too.
much later, like what I call grown folk jazz. That I don't.
Weather Channel Jazz.
Yeah, Weather Channel jazz. This is one that's not that at all. And I want to say this is like late 60s. It's the George Benson cookbook featuring Lonnie Smith on the organ. And this mother smokes.
Yeah.
And one of the cooler covers. And again, one of those early Grown Man Record Night selections.
Yeah, and George Benson, he has some cool covers.
He had some cool covers,
that
and he's
Benson-
terrific.
I've got the one that's the Benson Hedges cover.
Yep.
Cigarettes. It's got him, that other guy.
Yeah, it's not a very good record, though.
No, but it's
No.
cool. It's a cool cover. That's
No.
the reason I got it. I paid $1 for it.
That
Like I
one and
said.
White Rabbit, but that one is early. That one's like a jazz record. I mean,
Yeah.
like a bop record.
Yeah, yeah. Play some fast guitar licks.
Yeah, and it just keeps smoking through. It's like one of those the whole time. It's like somebody tapping you.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Sure.
And I just kind of grabbed. I needed something with a little edge to it. Thought about some Steven Wilson, Insurgents. This record, holy shit! I did see where this one. This is. I mean, it's the only Steven Wilson I got. It's one of my favorites, of just in general. And I did see today, Porcupine Tree anniversary edition got released on vinyl, like a double LP, reissued for the first time.
I have no idea what you're talking about, but
Steven
I'll go
Wilson's
along.
band Porcupine Tree.
I'm not real familiar.
That's your project for tomorrow. Look up
I
Porcupine
already
Tree.
have projects, so I gotta go to Home Depot tomorrow.
No. You're gonna get Bed
Bed
Bath and
Bath
Beyond.
Beyond.
I don't know if there'll be time. When we're doing the switch over from the program to
That was on cable.
was it really?
By the way,
I don't have cable, so none of this is relevant.
we were talking about old school, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And the switch over from the Ustream channel to the, if you don't know, we do the music all night on Ustream.
It's an all-night party.
And then I'll be like, okay, stop it down, cut it out.
Dave Coulier, baby.
And I'll stop that down and bring up the YouTube, and then this show happens then. But you can listen to all the music on Ustream. Look, it's all in the links. It's all here in this pamphlet. So the last thing I played, Muddy Waters, Hard Again. A little later, 77 on CBS, Muddy Waters.
Good. I like it.
Oh, it's terrific. Pine-Top Perkins is on this. Who else is on this mug?
Manish Boy or whatever.
Oh, yeah, Boyschmann's on this mug. Johnny Winter's on guitar. James Cotton's on this mug. Pine-Top Perkins, like I mentioned. I mean, this smokes all the way through. I'll push it over, Jay. I don't care. I own this house. Yeah, I just buy houses. I don't care. I'll buy so many houses.
Oh Lord.
People don't even know about it.
Where'd you get this at?
No. I think it was at Pat's.
You've had it for a while though, right?
And I have. It's been a little while. Oh shit! That's all we played.
That's it.
Now, did you
Get over it, folks.
Get over it.
Get over
Did you do some digging this week, Jay?
I got out today and did a little
Did you really?
on my lunch break.
Okay. I did a little lunch break digging this week. I did a little earlier digging. In the week, like
Yeah.
early, like weekend, last weekend, me and the girlfriend got up and
Yeah.
went to the diner,
Okay.
and then there's a oh, sorry, I didn't mean to click that. When we went to the diner, there's a Goodwill right behind there, and I picked up 2 things real early.
Okay.
Picked some, overall through the week, I got about 10 records. I'll be honest with you. It's been a while since I've had this large of a cachet to even talk about.
Sure.
But, so what I'm going to do, I'm not going to do all those this week. I'm going to concentrate mine on, since Steve Fever's not here this week, he's playing that show thing. I figured this would be a good week for me to concentrate on the heavier, metalier stuff.
Okay.
Okay. Steve likes the metal stuff up to a certain point.
Sure.
Then he
Like a lot of
he
people.
kind of drops off.
Okay.
Fair enough. It's not for everybody. A lot of the records, the hell that Boris record we played earlier, the noise and the drone, that's not for everybody.
Right.
I know that. I know that. Hey, guys.
Hey.
Hey, I didn't know. So anyway, I got a couple of cool little pickups that are a little off the radar, and I got a couple of things that are going to just hammer some shit home for you.
Okay.
What you got, Jay?
I got 3 records.
You got 3 records?
Yeah.
Let me tell you a little story. So I go into one of our favorite local spots, Hippo Records, a couple of days ago. Ended up talking to the owner, Patrick, who told me about this record label. I should provide some Bandcamp references for this. Wonder Records. I think they're out of Asheville. Okay? So I picked up this record, literally, like picked it up physically, and looked at that. Look at that cover.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
I'm like, whoa. That, to me, my psychedelic radar goes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And so I'm like, wait a minute. Basque. And I'm like, oh, is this like somebody from the 60s? Wait a minute. And I looked it up, and I'm like, no. It looks like when on Discogs it said stoner, psychedelic. And I'm like, whoa. Okay. Let's put this aside. Keeping that in mind.
Yeah.
Little $3.99 tag on it. So I'll put it to the side. Now, turns out what these guys are, and you can find these guys on Bandcamp. They're from the Asheville, North Carolina area.
Okay.
This record label, Wonder Records, these first 2 records I picked up, ended up selling, the record label went out of business.
Okay.
Ended up selling mass quantities of shit to Patrick at Hippo.
Okay.
And he's selling these like at kind of like super cost.
Yeah.
And he's like, man, he's
This
like,
week?
yeah, he's like, every time, and I don't know how long he's had them. He's like, every time I put this out, it goes away. People buy it. They know who it is. Hold that bitch up. That cover's cool. And I listened to it digitally, and it really is, it's stonery. I wouldn't say it's doomy. It's stonery, psychedelic. So don't think necessarily as much Caius as you would like a Dead Meadow. Kind of jam bandy, but still with some riffs in there. There's still some meaty riffs, but it's more on this meaty riff, and then I'm going to stand on a wah pedal.
Yeah.
But good stuff, for sure.
Okay.
And it was kind of a blind stab because it was so damn cheap and it looked so good that I knew it had to be
What
something
year was it? Did you ever say?
recent.
Oh, like last few years.
Last few years. I'm sorry, I had all this written down and it got deleted.
Yeah.
Now, in that
Delete.
same pile, delete. Also, Wand Records. Oh, this one, Inherent Records, but it came as like distributed by the same people or whatever. I saw this, okay?
Okay.
I saw this cover, folks.
And it kind of caught your eye.
Yeah, that cover caught my eye. It says Midnight Black at the top, and I'm like, oh, that's the name of a band? What is that? But if you look on the spine or on the back, what is it called?
Hey, I don't know.
I don't know. Battle Path is the name of the band. These guys are out of Murfreesboro, Tennessee. Okay, and this is they were connected to that same label. So he got this from the same like group of like, hey, I've got all these records. When I looked this up, it said Blackened Doom. I'm like, okay, I like doom metal. I like black metal sometimes. And so I listened to it, and I'm like, no, this is pretty good. $4.99, $5 for a black metal / doomy metal band from Murfreesboro, Tennessee. A little off the radar and a little different than what you would normally find.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of cool too. So that really kind of keyed me in. Why don't you do something, Jay?
Okay.
And I'll get a beer about it.
Okay.
I gotta pee again. God Almighty.
Okay.
But I don't think I'm gonna pee right now.
Okay. How many you want me to do?
How many you got?
Just 3.
I got 2 more.
Okay.
So you can do all. Actually, my 2 need to go together. So you do all your 3.
Okay. Are you leaving?
No, I'm getting a beer.
Oh. So I went to the same store you were just talking about.
Like a day later.
Like a day later. I went today. You were there yesterday.
I was there yesterday.
That's pretty crazy. So I went over to the store to look for one specific record I thought he might have.
Yes.
And then of course I'm in there talking and start thumbing through things. I'm just kind of always just go straight to the recent arrivals, you know, if I don't really know where to start.
Of course.
Something through there, and I saw Elton John, Breaking Hearts. I'm gonna make a confession.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Easy.
I have, I think, 800-ish records,
Okay.
and no Elton John that is mine. My parents had an Elton John record,
Really?
so I don't really have any Elton John. So this would be my first one.
This will be your first Elton John.
First Elton John, yeah.
You mean you got Goodbye Yellow Brick Road or none of that shit?
No. My parents have the greatest hits. That was pretty well known. That's a pretty well seen record in stores or whatever. But no, I don't have any of my own. It's pretty crazy.
Wow, dude.
But this is like the '80s Elton John. It had that song, the sad song Says So Much.
Okay.
This one,
All right. I didn't know that was that.
Yes, it is this one.
Okay.
Anyway, so it was in real good shape. You know, pretty cheap. So I'm a cheapskate when it comes to buying stuff like that.
You didn't trip over your tutu when you were trying to pay for that? Don't mess with my tutu.
Oh,
I'll break your face.
Oh Lord.
Or I'll break your
Who
face.
sing that song? That's my tutu. My dad loved that song.
I bet he did.
Oh Lord. Secondly, obviously the same place. I got my first ever. This is my first hip hop record.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Get out of here now.
Sugar Hill Gang.
Yeah.
I guess this is self-titled. Rapper's Delight. Is that the name of the record? Rapper's Delight?
Yep, I've got that.
Okay. Yeah. The cover's not in the best of shape.
So that's like the LP?
1, 2. Yeah.
Wow. I've got the single for Rapper's Delight, but I don't have any.
6 songs. So,
Wow. Yeah. You know, I don't think as common as I'm sure that is. I've never seen it. I've only seen the single.
So this is 1979. So this is, I guess, their debut.
Oh yeah, that's one of the pioneering
Rap records, hip hop.
rap records.
Yeah.
So you only got one more after this, right?
Yeah.
Okay, well I'll do this. Hold on to that.
Okay.
Because yours is a good one. Get a good one.
Pick me out a good one, Bobby.
A
winner. Pick me out a winner, Bobby, not a good one.
The Savoy Special. So I'm flipping through the records.
Nothing.
I see this.
Okay.
All right, I'm like, all right,
That's another blonde.
that looks metally.
Yeah.
The name of the band is Bride. Okay, I thought of Metal Theologian. It was a $5-6 record.
Ugh.
The name is Bride. It's got this cover. It's on the Pure Metal label.
Okay.
Now, who else does Pure Metal? Is Anvil on there? I think Anvil may be on there. I can't. I don't know. It jumped out at me. I know. I respected Pure Metal, and
So that's an '80s record.
88.
Okay.
I pulled it up on my phone, listened to it, and I was like, this is good. It's that galloping late 80s metal. It's good, terrific. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to buy this. Dope cover.
Look at that late 80s metal that bands that just didn't really take off. Some of that stuff, people will pay for.
It's terrific. I mean, from what I've heard, it's terrific. And then I did a little more research about Broad. This is, I think, their second full-length album. It's the most popular. People like it the most.
Wait, are they a Christian band?
And then I found out they're a Christian band.
Sorry, I didn't mean to take your thing away there.
I
was just looking on the cover here. And
I thought about that. The Revelation thing?
Yeah, there's a Bible verse at the bottom.
But there's no more passage in history more metal than some passages out of Revelations,
Sure.
So to me, it wasn't out of school for a metal band to be pulling a couple of things from a Revelation line. But then I looked at it, I was like, oh, they're a Christian band. And it's
all right.
That's all right. Striper is good. Striper's a good band. And this band is probably better than Striper, to be honest with you. And this is one, they did like some metal albums, and eventually they went into a kind of a harder rock, Guns N' Roses type sound. But everybody says that's the one. That one right there is the metal album.
That's pretty cool, man.
It is, but it's one of those weeks where I spent a lot of money, and I'm like, holy shit, I spent $6 on that, and I could have, what am I doing? But it's okay. Go ahead, because I make up for it in the final purchase. But go ahead. In between that.
These plates will never...
Huh?
These plates will never lose their value.
No, of course not.
From the Franklin Mint.
Of course not. Just write the free catalog, Pueblo, Colorado, 81009.
They're guaranteed not to lose their value.
Of course they're not. All right, what's your big deal?
Yeah, so I was at the store, and the reason I actually went there was to see if they had one record. And they did, and it was the only copy of the new Fu Manchu that we had been talking about for a while.
Oh, yeah, we have.
This is
we did the first listen on this.
Yeah, and this is the one with the 18-minute Alex Lifeson song on it.
Yeah.
Featuring Alex Lifeson.
So you not even popped the seal on this mug yet?
No, sir. This is fresh off of purchased 12 hours ago.
That's awesome.
So, yeah. I hope there's digital downloads. It was a little more pricey than I wanted to pay for it. Well, not wanted to pay. I mean, I have my limits. We've had discussion how much you pay for something new or whatever.
Yeah.
So this is
that one's right there at it.
This is close, yeah. But
and it's not often that but I've listened to this. This is like we said before. This is straight up a Fu Manchu record. I mean, we
had that discussion.
There's no departure.
Yep.
It's not. It's it doesn't blow you away as in like, holy shit, I can't believe they did this. It's like any other Fu Manchu record. It's great, and you want to put it on your turntable.
I haven't heard all of this yet. I've sampled all the songs, of course, and
yeah.
But I think their stuff. They've got a sound when they keep putting stuff out that they kind of stay true to. Like the one before this, the last record.
I respect that.
2 years ago was a great record.
Yeah, absolutely. So, we'll play that probably right after the show.
We'll pop it open.
So I said the band I picked up, Broad, was a Christian band.
Yeah.
And I kind of did that by accident. And what I did for my final purchase of the week, and it's one that jumped out, I'm like, oh shit, you got that?
Yeah.
I figured I would make up for that.
Okay.
Episode.
That ain't gonna come off like that quickly.
He had a Burzum record up there.
Yeah.
Now, I have joked that while I was down at the Billy Graham funeral, I was listening to Burzum. Mm-hmm. That may or may not be the case. But this is like the third Burzum record. I had all this written down that got deleted. If you don't know Burzum, Now, I think that the term notorious is thrown around a little haphazardly.
Sure.
Because when it comes to Varg from Burzum, which is pretty much, he's the guy, he not only, okay, let me just break this down for you here. Let me break it down. Let me put the lower third up first. Early Norwegian black metal scene, considered to be one of the most influential acts in black metal. The word Burzum means darkness and black speech, a fictional language crafted by Lord of the Rings writer J.R.R. Tolkien. Varg began making music and early, so let's get to this good shit. He was incarcerated for the murder of Mayhem guitarist Euronymous and the arson of 3 churches. So the black metal
I've heard of him.
Church burnings and the murder, it was Varg.
It's this guy.
From Burzum. And this is the 3rd album, I believe. And this is Back on Black did this as a reissue in 2008. Back on Black does a lot of great like classic metal album reissues. Metal, thrash, death metal, black metal, speed metal stuff, and it's the first one I've got. So this is the 2008 reissue.
Yeah.
Paid a little chunk of change for this, but you don't see Burzum albums floating around North Carolina a whole lot, and it's not for everybody. I understand that, but to me it's important. I think black metal is important, and I think this is it's going to be a fun listen.
I think this is Back on.
It's a UK.
Is it the UK?
Thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. That's what
this is Back on Black UK pressing from 28.
Okay.
So yeah, man, it'll be a good time.
Cool. Cool.
A lot of people are very anti-Varg. You know.
Yeah.
Rightfully so. Can I bring this picture of Varg in?
Maybe. I don't know. Can you?
Hang on, I'm gonna bring it in just to show you guys I can do things.
Hey, they're wrestling.
Just to show you guys I can bring things in.
Hey, they're wrestling.
Are you doing wrestling, Jay?
I think that's the Anderson Civic Center they're in.
Where's that at?
Anderson, South Carolina.
Okay. That's where we used to go.
I know my Southern wrestling venues from the 80s.
Yeah.
Spartanburg Coliseum.
Yeah. Hey, look at there. There's Varg.
He looks evil.
Yes.
He has wild facial hair too.
I love the ambient albums he did in prison because he didn't have access to.
He made music in prison, huh?
He didn't have access to drums and guitar and shit, so he did all these music on synthesizer, and it's just like this dark ambient music, and it's so incredibly freaking dark.
So had he in prison for the rest of his life? I guess?
No, he's out now.
Oh, he's out.
Yeah.
What's he doing with himself? Other than not murdering people.
I think he's got a little boutique downtown. No, I don't know.
A bistro? I don't know. Jack's Bistro? Is that what he owns? Is that what he took over?
I think it's either Cooper's or DJ's.
Oh,
all right.
Lord.
So we're going to play some of this, and we're going to rip open some sheep, and we'll eat them right in front of you on camera if you hang around long enough.
Yeah.
I don't care, folks. I don't give a shit.
I don't care either, really.
I don't give a shit. We're going to take a quick commercial break since we did all our digs of the week. Come back with a soda speaking chip chat, of which we'll talk about what the hell we're going to do for that.
We'll talk about our direction.
While we do this Breakerson.
Yeah.
So, your butt.
Everybody needs a break every now and then.
How do you know if you're watching Out of Control, the Nickelodeon TV show? What? It's easy when you remember this helpful guide. An out-of-control car goes... An out-of-control skier goes... But an out-of-control TV show goes... Once again, out-of-control car... Out-of-control skier... Out-of-control show... Out of control. It goes like... Sundays on Nickelodeon.
We now take you to the palace where the Chesterfield king is about to knight a loyal subject.
The flat side of your sword, King. Remember what happened last time?
Yes. Now, dost thou swear to enjoy the Chesterfield King, the king that has everything?
I dost.
Good.
And, I dost appreciate Chesterfield King's big length, like, you know? And the smoothest taste and, the smoothest natural tobacco filter of any king. 'Cause it's packed more smoothly by Accurate. You know what I mean?
Yeah, do I? And now, by this royal carton,
Rise, please.
I dub thee a true Chesterfield knight.
Every time. Well, if you like your pleasure big, smoke for real. Smoke Chesterfield, the king that has everything. Please.
Sky Commanders, where all the action is above the ground. Each sold separately with a figure, as Battle Track Protector sets his defense.
Battle track locked.
High above, the evil Jackal Raider takes aim.
Sky Commander, head for cover. Nice, Jackal. Miss me, Raider. Rapid deployment. Counterattack. Charge.
Sky Commanders, protectors of the high frontier.
Got him. Yeah.
Battle Track Protector comes with everything seen here. Other vehicles sold separately. New from Kenner.
This is the X Television Network.
Nesta. Mom,
Yes, honey?
you know when we were talking yesterday?
Yes, we were.
You know about periods.
Yes, what about periods?
Do you have periods?
Yes. All women have periods.
Tell me what happens.
Blood from inside of my body comes outside from an opening between my legs. Do you have a question, Jill?
Yes, I want to know if Susie has periods.
We got everything under control, said the old woman to the
Assume
sailor.
Control.
Yep.
have
Y'all
assumed
thought you were going to get
control.
away from the period
We have
video,
assumed
didn't you? We
control.
switched programs. Ain't no more period video. We got all the
I
period
don't think they
videos.
allow that on YouTube, do they?
We got all the period videos. You guys don't know shit about it. I got so many period videos. Man, I'll make
You
your
should
uncle.
buy that website.
Man, your uncle will be so embarrassed at how many period videos I got. You don't know.
Yeah, you don't know. You should buy the domain
All right, let's talk about,
and park it.
so to speak. Now, I'll be honest. I feel kind of bad about this because I found some sodas at the local groceria.
Okay. Okay.
This soda screams Steve Fever.
I've never.
It's brand new.
Okay.
We could opt to not do it and skip it.
No, it's.
You want to do it?
Yeah, I'll do it.
We'll do it. This will wish Steve good luck on his queen tonight. Even
It's
though it's
already
probably over by
gone,
now.
Yeah.
So it's we've been talking about all these Diet Coke new flavors coming out.
Yep.
And I hadn't heard shit about this. Regular Coca-Cola. I saw a cranberry flavor.
Okay.
And I also saw this. Coca-Cola Georgia Peach.
And I can honestly say I've never had a peach cola that I can think of.
I've had like a peach knee-high.
I never have.
Hold that guy up, and I'll tell you why you do that.
Not really much to see. I mean, it's just
No.
a standard Coke bottle.
Give me a second. Give me a second, though. Buy me some time is what I'm saying, Jay. Instead of rushing all through everything.
What do you want me to do? You want me to show it? There's not much to it. I mean,
Just as I'm looking up what this is about, I'm pulling up some
Well, it's
site
probably
here.
not a very mysterious product. I mean, it's Coca-Cola with the peach
Coca-Cola
flavor.
fans in Japan will soon be able to sample the brand's first ever peach flavored Coke. It says.
Oh, it's a Japanese import?
I don't know. I don't know. The drink, which mixes regular Coke with peach flavoring, will release January 22nd for limited time. It's kind of hard to find the anything about this. But
I haven't seen it.
oh my God, you got a Bic on you?
I haven't seen that before.
I need something to open this though.
And I go in stores. That's my job.
Yeah.
I don't see.
You don't have a lighter on you? Okay. Well,
Maybe it's a sign.
I've got something on
2
me.
tickets to paradise is what I've got.
2 tickets to paradise.
Your 80s? Is that your 80s singer?
Look at that. That's not a Bic.
That's your 80s singer? What about your 80s? No, your 90s country singers voice.
That tastes pretty good. When my woman wants to go. No,
John Anderson, that's who that sounds like. Just a swinging?
just a swing. That's good, man. I taste a lot of Coca-Cola in that, with maybe just one of those.
The very end.
The peach. The
And
peach
it's
is
a-
like
and
the
it's
peach
a-
is one of these guys.
And
Yacha.
it's a
Yacha.
kind of a tartar peach too.
Just real light though.
No. The flavor, yeah, it's not overbearing flavor.
Not at all.
But it's kind of the tart peach flavor.
Let's be
you know?
honest. I hate to be this guy. If you're vinyl guys, you have to be this guy. In this glass bottle,
Oh,
it's even better.
it's good. Good drink. Where'd you get that?
Freaking Food Line, man.
Oh wow.
Had to buy a 4-pack of these. Didn't know shit
Regular
about
Coke
it.
price.
$4 for a 12-pack. I mean a 4-pack.
Four, so $1 each.
Yeah, that's worth it. That's a good drink.
Yeah.
I wouldn't buy them for giggles all the time. I'm gonna save
I wish
Steve.
they'd put them in plastic and sell them for half.
I'm
the
gonna
price.
save Steve Fever one of them. Take you another Horker if
Oh,
you want.
good.
But that's a good drink.
Yeah. Yeah. Nice.
I'll be honest with you. I'm having trouble really deciphering the peach from that.
From what?
The flavor. It's good.
It's
and
just the flavor.
I know. I can't.
Yeah.
Peach. Right there.
Yeah, but it's a tart peach.
You know what I
It just
mean?
hits you and goes away.
Yeah. But I don't drink sodas much anymore.
Yeah.
So when I do taste like a good cola, I'm just like, oh, my everything's really adjusted to that
tastes
cola.
very sweet to me too.
Yeah, I don't drink regular sodas.
Is
Especially.
regular Coke that sweet usually?
Yeah,
Is
but I don't notice it because
I had
if I
regular
ever
Coke
cheat
in it.
and have like a real Coke, it's probably because I'm doing like a hot dog and a something. Yeah.
I can't do them with anything hardly. They're heavy, you know. Kind of like me, heavy. Heavy.
But
You
they
ever
got
thought
that.
about calling yourself Heavy D? Like,
Girls like girls, they love me.
I mean, could you do that? Just call yourself Heavy D? Is that trademarked?
What if you just changed your name to Paul McCartney?
I guess you could.
Is it against the rules?
I guess you
Hey,
could.
look, this week I remember to bring in the Chip Chat graphic.
All right, there it is. Where did that graphic come from?
I'm trying about it.
Steve just texted me. Let's see what
Yeah,
he has to
Steve's
say.
on here. Hey, Steve said awesome show. Just home from Queen tribute.
Oh, sweet. What song was he singing? He told us. Well, I think he was going to be coming kind of a few times throughout the set, maybe, or something.
He was in there.
I guess like Somebody to Love would be one of the songs.
He was in there about it.
Okay.
You ever see it? You got television? I got that's a block past Maple. That's what is John F. Kennedy.
What are you talking about?
Who the hell is John F. Kennedy? All right. Hey, what chip did you jump on, Jay?
We'll continue in the line of what last week.
Oh, you got these 7-Eleven chips. We did the turkey and gravy chips.
Wait, did we do turkey and gravy or did we do these last week?
No, we did turkey and gravy.
You sure?
I think.
Okay. It's got that bad, folks. Is that? Are you playing tic-tac-toe on your forehead?
Right.
You're gonna wake up in the morning and not know what happened.
That's every week, Jay.
Oh Lord. Okay, well
we got black metal to listen to.
We'll act like we didn't do that. We didn't do these last week.
Yeah, we didn't do this.
And so this is a pumpkin pie by 7-Eleven. I was working in a 7-Eleven last Thursday or whatever.
Oh, okay.
A week and a half ago, and I saw these up by the register, and they were 4 for $1. And they had, so there were Thanksgiving leftovers.
Wow. 4 for $1.
4 for $1. So I had to buy 4. You know, so I bought 2 and 2. And then I had 2 flavors: the pumpkin pie and the turkey that we did last.
Okay,
week.
those turkey ones were good.
So yeah, they were. They were.
They tasted too much like turkey.
I think we did these last week.
Did we do both of them?
I don't know.
We ate them, but I don't know that we talked about them.
Yeah. I don't know. Okay. Well, open them
Okay.
up. Those bags are hard to open. That is the one downside of those chips. Yeah.
You have to do one of those guys?
Or what? You just gotta pull hard.
No, look here. You gotta do that. You gotta pop that loose first.
But it's a very. I wasn't kidding. Are you going all Stallone on me there?
No, I'm not doing
over the top.
Over the top about it. Hold them up.
Tough bag though, and to me. All right.
All right.
All right. But to me, it's a negative when a bag's that hard to open, you know?
Yeah, my fuck with idiot.
So,
there's the nice sturdy chips, like a kettle chip. A little, and they are sweet. And it does taste like pumpkin pie.
My hat's off to the.
Do you like this though? You buy this? Do you enjoy this?
That's good. It's like a syrupy taste.
But maybe I like this with a black cup of coffee rather than a cold beer.
It's creative.
It's spot on. I mean, it really tastes like pumpkin pie.
It's amazing how these scientists can do that stuff. Man.
It's creepy, is what it is. But do you buy this? You buy this again?
I get 4 of them for $1.
Yeah.
On Heartbeat. Oh, good.
I may like these with a black cup of coffee rather than a cold beer with a normal chip. You know what I mean?
Yep. And you still get a little potato in there too. I mean,
sure. But don't get it twisted. They're pretty damn sweet.
Could you imagine this flavor in the wrap chip with all the stuff they put on it? Like,
oh my God.
How sweet that chip would be.
It would be incredible.
Yeah. Good chip.
Steve said he shouldn't have driven home.
Steve could have went to prison tonight.
I probably shouldn't have drawn on my forehead with a marker.
You ain't gonna be getting up.
Because
you ain't gonna be getting up and going to Donna in the morning.
I bet I will. Because I bought a black metal album. Anyway.
Hey, I'm going to see you on Sunday, and you're still going to be just like that on your
Probably. Probably. Hey, everybody. Thanks for joining us for Grown Men Record Night. We appreciate the folks hanging out with us on the live shit on YouTube.
Stay tuned for a special.
And all the people that come back behind us and watch all our shit on YouTube. We're still figuring out the YouTube streaming and all that jazz.
Stay tuned for a very special showing of the Beastmaster.
Yes.
Right after our show.
There's a circle with a line through it. So yeah, give us a couple minutes and we'll be over on the Ustream channel. and we're going to play the Fu Manchu and this Burzum. And just join us back over there. And you guys remember to hail Satan forever and ever and ever. That's if you can take anything away from this, to hail Satan for forever and ever. So,
Okay.
yeah. What?
So okay.
All right.
Is that it? Is that the show?
I think so. So,
Is that how it usually ends?
for Jay the Curbist and Mikey Bananas, we'll catch you next time. God bless, and
God bless USA.
God bless USA.
As Lee Greenwood would say.
We'll see. We'll see you next time on a Groman Record Night.
See ya.